Welcome back subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're off to Rockbank. Rockbank is a suburb in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, 34 kilometres or 21 miles west of the Melbourne Central Business District, located within the City of Melton local government area. Rockbank recorded a population of 2,583 at the 2021 census, and I'd imagine it is well and truly has exceeded at least 4,000 by now, if not more. Rockbank Post Office opened on the 1st of January 1862. An early European settler of the Rockbank district was William Yule. He shipped sheep from Tasmania to Point Henry in 1837 and moved inland to a run he named Ballarat in 1838, the forerunner of the provincial city. Between then and 1846, he visited New Zealand and went into business when, with his business partner, he took up the Rockbank Run. An early recorded observation was a stay at the solitary Rockbank Inn in 1854, by when the road to the goldfields passed through the area. The name is derived from the stone-strewn ground, which provided material for dry stone walls across the paddocks. Despite the appropriateness of the name, however, the primary school was named New Cambridge from its opening in 1868 until 1906. The area lies east of the satellite city of Melton and west of the suburb of Caroline Springs. The land contains many large volcanic rocks, making it poor for cultivating crops. Rockbank railway station is on the Surbiton line, which will take you to Adelaide by the overland. Rockbank is also serviced by the Public Transport Victoria bus route 456, which runs along the Western Freeway linking Melton and Sunshine. The rich red volcanic soil in the area has helped build the reputation of local wineries. Rockbank is also the host to the Victoria's annual Olive Festival. The town has an Australian rules football team competing in the Rydale District Football League and a netball team. Rockbank has also a kinder to grade 6 school named Rockbank Primary School. Plans for a new suburb, Rockbank North, were unveiled in 2014. The suburb could eventually have 20,000 people, 7,000 homes, schools, an indoor sports facility and a health and education precinct. Rockbank North could also include 2 town centres, childcare facilities, 2 preschools, 3 primary schools, a high school, maternity child health centre and community facilities, including a public library. So that's all good news for the Rockbank area. Once again, as per usual, all the credits and references to the photos and any voiceover information I've provided will be listed in the description below. So without further delay, let's check out the sights and sounds of Rockbank. So here we are at the Rockbank railway station. It is a sunny day, but it is pretty cold. We'll have a look around, we'll have a look at the station. Just across from the station there's like I think it's a Serbian Orthodox church. We'll get that in the video when the drone goes up, and we'll have a look maybe at the school. There is a homestead I'd like to have a look at if I can. You would have seen earlier a photo of the homestead. It's in ruin, but according to Google Maps it's still there. So we'll have a look around, and I can tell you that I used to come past here quite often on the freeway. There was nothing to be seen. At the moment, there is just unbelievable amount of new estates that's gone up. There's still a few farming properties about, but generally speaking, this is very much a new estate, and the railway station is quite spectacular. So I'll stop babbling on and show you what I've seen. So there is your Rockbank railway sign, the crossing. I think I've got some old footage of the crossing there, and that's all modernised as well. But I do like this plaque out the front of the railway station. Not sure who made it. Maybe the local kids from the school. But I'm inclined to think that no, it's probably been made by someone professionally, maybe, don't know. And that's the station in the distance, which is quite unique, and it looks terrific. So let's go have a look. Also, I can tell you that if you do live in the area or you commute from this location, there is a lot of cameras, a lot of CCTV cameras, so I guess you can rest assured that your car will be safe, in the knowledge that if someone does do something stupid, it'll all be captured on camera. Now there's that church I mentioned, directly opposite the station. And what is also interesting, this is not just merely a railway station, it's also a hub for quite a number of buses. So you could live within this area and a bus will bring you to this location. So all these sort of longer sort of driveways to these parking spots are for buses only, and if you need to park your vehicle, that's where you park it, and in the distance is the freeway. So let's check out the railway station. Now, one of the good things about this station is there is wheelchair access to both platforms. It will take you to Melbourne and the line will take you to Ballarat, but more importantly, I guess, there is a elevator or a lift that will take you to the other side if you're in a wheelchair or something or find it difficult to walk. There's also a secure bicycle parking, which is fantastic, even though some people are parking just out the front here. Also in the background, quite a lot of sheep, so that's pretty unique. So you really are on the boundary of a rural area and the expanding sort of suburban sprawl making its way here. So you got a mixture of both. I don't know how long those sheep will be there and whether or not that land will remain vacant. But yeah, very nice, very modern. It looks very much a maintenance-free sort of railway station. We'll go up these stairs and that'll take you over to the other side, to the other platform. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but that's the church next door ringing its bells. It is a Friday, so those bells will clang for a bit of time, which is good. And this is your view from the overpass, or the pedestrian overpass of the railway station. Now, those bells that you would have heard came from that church right there. There's your signage to tell you which way, if you intend to travel either towards Ballarat or towards Melbourne, which platform to get onto. That's not stopping for no one. Now, what I've discovered at this station, which is quite bizarre for me, I don't know why, I don't know if it's an oversight or something done deliberately, but you've got a brand new modern railway station. You've got like a bus hub, you've got lifts to take people up and down if you're in a wheelchair, you've got ramps to, if you've got a trolley or something, to get from one platform to the other. Very modern. You've even got where the protective services and the police have a little area to come and, I don't know, have a cup of tea or something, or put people to be transported to the assessment or the remand centre or whatever for custody if they've done something wrong. But the one thing this place does not have are toilets or restrooms. There's not one. And I spoke to a commuter and he said it's bizarre because now and then he has to panic and go into the bushes. And I thought, oh, it's not going to be good for the women who need to, go somewhere. There's not even a portable toilet. There's nothing. There's no facilities whatsoever for any place for someone to relieve themselves, which I thought was a bit silly. But anyway, it is what it is. And that's, so if you're coming to this station, you need to go. You've got nowhere to go. You're going to have to just go into the bushes. Now, having said what I just said, I've had a chance to have a bit of a sit down and thought about why it is so. I'm one of those guys, unfortunately, I have to ask myself why certain things get done and why certain things don't get done. The only logic I have is that because it's, I'm assuming it is, a regional station, every train has a set of toilets on them. So that would make sense to me to a certain degree. So if you're needing to go, do it once you get onto the train, because the trains do have these toilets in the regional train. So that could be the only logic for me why they haven't got toilets here. So here we have a train making its way to Melbourne. It is the long weekend. I'm collecting all this footage when I've got time off, and I can tell you right now it's a Friday. The grand final is on, or about to be, this weekend, and people are making their way, I'm guessing for the parade for the footy, I don't know. I'm not the biggest footy fan, but that train was full, and having seen all the people board it, and I can't help myself, but I asked a few of them, they all said they would love to have a bathroom here, because sometimes it's a stampede to get into the toilets in the train itself, and only regional trains stop here, so they do have toilets on the train, which I said earlier might be the logic why there's no toilets here. But it would have been nice, as this woman said to me, that if there was a toilet, say, situated near the station in the car park. So here's a bit of a close-up of the sheep. But it's right next to the station. Terrific. So here we have the Country Fire Authority, the fire brigade for the area, which is right next to the primary school, not too far away from the station. And as you can see in the background, one of the regional trains zooming past. Now, I'm not sure if this is the local football ground, which I'm presuming it is. So here we have the Rockbank Primary School. Very much, just by the signs I'm about to show you, that it's a multicultural school. I guess it's an opportunity for new Australians to come into this area and purchase their first home, start a family. And it's just lovely to see that the school's incorporated that with these signs here by saying, I think it's thanks for coming, or welcome, or I think welcome is probably the best word. And having a German and Croatian background, I can see the Croatian word for dobrodošli, which I think means welcome, or welcome to come, or something similar to that. I think it's just welcome. So this is very much a cosmopolitan primary school. There is a sign here that says you aren't allowed to come into the school unless authorised during school hours. So there's no entry outside of school hours, and I think that's a good thing. I'm not sure if you can see that sign right there. So I was hoping to find the old building that you might have seen with the school photo back in the day. Now I thought I'd just share you an example of where you might have had quite a large sort of homestead, a small farm, not really a big farm, but you'd have the house and then you'd have quite a number of acres around it, and then the developers come in, purchase the land. They're not particularly wanting of the homestead or the house, and that just pretty much goes to ruin. And this is happening everywhere. So I'll share with you one that's sort of at that stage where the developers have purchased it. It looks like they're putting more soil in to make it more even. They'd probably put in a road or two, and then subdivide it accordingly to build homes on. So this is the situation of this property that's directly behind me, where it's going to be bulldozed, I'd imagine, in a very short time. Unfortunately, once again, it gives the opportunity for those people who like to dump rubbish, namely tyres, car tyres, seems to be prevalent when this occurs. So I'll share this with you as well, so it gives you an idea of what the phases are of Rockbank is. So here you have the like the boundary wall, where they've taken all the rocks from the property back in the day to sort of put a boundary wall so people knew where your property started and finishes. Once again, and they're all truck tyres. They're big tyres, which is a bit of a shame. Bit of rubbish as well. And this is where you know the developer's actually bringing in soil to level the land, or get it to a certain level that they're wanting for whatever reason. Or they've got more than one property where they have to remove soil and have decided to bring it here. So there's your house. So here we have a 2-car garage. Brick construction. It doesn't look all that old. If you look at the bricks, they don't appear to be all that old. And once again, vandalism has taken its toll. I don't think the developers really care, as long as it comes down eventually, but the locals have gotten into it. I doubt very much someone's come out of their way just to vandalise this property, so it has to be someone local. Once again, kids doing what they do, or maybe friends of the developer. Maybe they came in to see what they wanted to grab for themselves before it all goes to rubble. So it looks like there's a fair few bedrooms around. All the fittings and fixtures that are worth anything. That's your bathroom. Laundry. Takes you straight out to the clothesline. And this would have been your view from the back porch. The other thing I'm noticing around the property are lawn mowing catches for grass. I'm not sure why there's so many. There's about 4 or 5 I've seen already of different makes and models. Your master bedroom, I'm guessing, with the walk-in or the built-in wardrobes, I should say. Not a bad house. Would have been a pleasant house to live in. So there you go. Once again, you can probably hear the freeway in the background. Very, very close to the freeway. Here's your other side porch. Takes you through to the garage. And that's where we'll come out of. So is this abandoned? Absolutely. The property isn't, but the house has. There's no way anyone's living here again. And there you go. That's what I was talking about. Those sort of lawnmower catches for the grass. There's a whole bunch here. The old doghouse. So The last owner had a dog, which is good. You've got a bus going up in the distance. It looks like anything in front of me hasn't been developed yet, but on either side it has. Like there's development that goes all the way down there. So enough of the old abandoned building. Let's continue on looking at Rockbank. So as I pan around, here we are at the Rockbank General Store. Now I think that's been there for quite some time. Very popular. Get a good meal, get a beer, I guess. It is in a place that it's not that easy to find. So if you just type in Rockbank General Store, you will find it, which I thought was quite interesting. It looks like a lot of tradies come here to get a meal and whatnot. So that straight away tells me they're getting good value for money for whatever they're providing the tradies. It's got a huge VB sign up the top, and there is a kindergarten nearby. So that's pretty good. Now I need to clarify a little bit. No alcohol is sold here. It is an Indian grocery store next door, and if you're into Indian food, this is the place for you. This is terrific. I just went in there, and if you're into curries or anything like that, all the spices, they have some of the best varieties in there. The general store is exactly what that is. You can get hamburgers, chips, dim sims, your cold drinks and all that sort of stuff, which is great. Now I know that I've shown you earlier on of this video this old homestead. Now I was very fortunate. The guy was outside working on his truck with his family, and I stopped and I asked, is it possible to go down here and have a look at it and get a close-up? And he was more than accommodating. He's a truck driver, hard-working guy. And sure enough, as I was there, a real estate agent jumped out, probably thinking that I was a real estate agent, I guess, and offered him his card and if he was interested in selling. And I thought, how ironic is that? I think a lot of people aren't aware that some of these people who live in these areas, who are truck drivers, need that space to park all their vehicles. So by them selling up and moving, makes it very, very difficult for them to do their jobs. And plus, you know, a lot of people do like their privacy, no question about that. And once the estates either side of him become quite busy with homes, you can pretty much guarantee people will complain about his truck parking on his large estate. There's another homestead just there. They haven't sold up yet, but it's a big area. They have horses, and from what the guy was telling me, these horses are actually Brumbies from Kosciuszko. So that's something quite interesting. But yeah, this is it's definitely on its last legs. It's sad to see. I will get the drone up, and it also gives you an idea of how close these new estates are actually to people like this. And the old shed ain't no more. The interesting thing is the guy never knocked this thing down. This was here when he first bought up and started his property and trucking industry sort of job that he's got. But she's a beauty. I'll see if I can look inside. If it's locked, it's locked. If it's not, I'll open up. But I'm just grateful for this guy to let me do that. There's an old jug. That could tell you a few stories. And there it is inside. I'll have a look. If I can open it, I'll open it. If I can't, I can't. No, that's too tight. I'm not going to force it. I'm just worried that it might collapse on me and create more damage than necessary. So we'll have a look here. We'll stick our head through here. Could that be a fireplace? Not sure. I'll go in now. I feel quite comfortable going in there. And yeah, that's maybe to store wood. Not sure. Look at the old stonework here. Just lovely. All right, that's enough. I don't want to waste too much of this gentleman's time. He's waiting at the gate for me. It is a secure area. You cannot just come here. You do need permission. There are quite clear signs. So here we are. These are the Brumbies that the guy owns. Looks like he's got 4 of them, not 3. Do you think they're going to come over and say hello? I think they're all preoccupied. They're saying we're not coming over. We're having our lunch. So there you go, very good. I spoke too soon. This one's coming over to say hello. He seems a lot smaller. How are you, champ? How are you? Don't bite me, please. Don't bite me at all. Good guy. All right, you'll be in the video now. You can see yourself. Yeah. But don't bite me. I'm a bit timid of horses, only because I know you guys can kick. Good on you. So here we are nearing the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, by all means click on that like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing does not cost you 1 cent and it helps out the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day.